Hey everyone, I had some time tonight, so I thought I would do this. I didn't plan it. I just got home from work today and had some time to kill, so it's been a while since I've done one of these and thought I should do it. It's kind of rare for me anymore to get the urge to just play guitar at home. Usually my musical pursuits are either preparing for a church service or some other event, practicing specific songs, not ones I wrote usually, or recording, feeling the pressure to record songs that I've written. So it's kind of rare for me to just want to sit down and play guitar for fun, and got that urge tonight, and I know I've got all these acoustic songs to share with you, so I figured I would just kind of roll film and hope for the best. So I think we've counted down from 100 to 70 so far. At this rate, I'll probably be in my 40s by the time I get done with all of them, or have written 100 more before I share these. But tonight, I have a list here in front of me. I've been kind of curating it as I go to try to make it an accurate ranking. I kind of nerd out about lists and rankings like that, but for tonight, since I haven't prepped any of this, I figured I would just kind of go through some of the ones that are ranked in this area and pick out ones that I'm pretty sure I remember. So this first one I'm going to play is called Movie. I wrote it in 2009, it must have been, because it was literally as my family was moving from Arizona to Michigan. Wrote it in the moving van during a 3-day drive. Didn't have the guitar, just had the melody in my head and the lyrical idea. I think I wrote the chorus there, and then when we moved into the new house and got the guitar out, I tried to remember it and write verses. So this is what came of it. So yeah, almost 10 years old, 9 years old, I guess. It's called Movie. Hold this memory, we're both trembling, promise me you will keep holding on. Nightly phone calls, talking through all of our fears, to play the years like a song. But you're broken, bruising, sore from the losing, tired of just waiting for the next goodbye. In our movie, I don't want the darkness to touch you again. Didn't the script say that we'd always win? In our movie, I hate how your hero never comes through and leaves you to wonder if he'll ever prove that he's always loved you. Baby, you know that I do. In our journal, your internal doubts appeared. Oh, what tearful words you wrote. Your heart breaks mine as it describes each dark twist, saying since we kissed, you went cold. But I'm broken, bruising, sore from the losing. Tell me we have not said our last goodbye. In our movie, I don't want the darkness I hate how your hero hasn't come through, but hold on to hope, 'cause the ending will prove that he's always loved you. Baby, you know that I do. Yeah, 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 and I'd risk it all to make our happy ending come true. I'm glad to be done with that one, honestly. I was pretty nervous about it because I actually played that down a whole step from where I wrote it, and my falsetto was a little more, I don't know if it was better back then, but I was more brave for sure. And so I really like the song. I think it's a good song, but it kind of needs someone else to sing it, I feel like. But we did it, and now you know what the song sounds like. So consulting my list here. Hey Nick, I see my buddy Nick Hauser is on. Nick, I'll see you in, oh my gosh, like 2 weeks. The last time I saw you, Nick, was about the time I wrote that song I just played. It's been like 8 or 9 years, somewhere in there. That's pretty wild. So thanks for tuning in, man. Trying to pick a song I know how to play. Hey Daniel, thanks for joining. It's good to see you. I just played song number 70 in my countdown of my top 100 songs that I've written. Thanks, Charles. Appreciate that. That's kind of you. The next song I'm gonna play. Okay, we'll try this one. It's called "The Trouble with Stars." This was the very first song that I wrote when I got to college. So that would have been 2008. Fall. It would have been September of 2008. Daniel asks, "Can I play Jesus Loves Me?" I'm curious about that question because I wonder if you saw that I had rewritten some verses for it, and I'd actually love to play that. Let me do maybe one more, and then I'll do... I didn't plan to do that, but I would love to share that. I've been trying to think of a good time to share it. Yeah, we'll do that one after this next one. Right before getting to that one, I'm going to play a song called "The Trouble with Stars." I wrote it in September of 2008. First song I wrote at college in my new dorm. And I don't know what else really to say about it. I hope it sort of speaks for itself, but maybe not. I guess the idea when you write lyrics is always that people can understand what you're getting at just from hearing the song, and it somewhat defeats the purpose to have to describe every lyric. So I'm trying to not do that. Empty words, empty signs, empty hands open wide. So untrue, so unclean, so mundane, so obscene. I'm learning how to breathe. I'm learning how to fall. I'm learning how to be myself through it all. I'm not trying to make a sound while I'm chasing my dreams down. I'm only trying to find me. Still, there's comfort in a crowd when you drown the faces out, 'cause everybody's lonely, but those the trouble with stars. Spoken lies and thought have truths. I trick myself and hope it works on you. Oh, yeah. Like a snow that falls in May, I've been known to be too late. Come and clean with who you've made me to be. So teach me how to fall, teach me how to lose myself through it all. Yeah, yeah, I'm not trying to make a sound each time that I fall down. I'm only trying to find you. Without everybody else, I'm vile enough myself to make the world a shadow. And light is only evident in the dark. That's the trouble with stars. Everyone's the same. We just have different names, so we don't lose ourselves in the rubble. Yeah. So if you see my faults, you're setting me apart and giving me a higher hope. Trying to make it sound like I'm selling myself out, but there's something that you should know. Without everybody else, I'm vile enough myself to make the world a shadow. I'm not trying to make a sound each time that I fall down. I'm only trying to find you. You are everything I need. You're strong when I'm so weak, and your light is shining through me. But light is only evident in the dark. That's the trouble with stars. Oh, but light is always evident in the dark. That's the beauty of stars. I definitely got a little turned around on some of those choruses. It's always tricky when you write songs where the chorus changes a little bit based on the verses leading up to it. That's a lot easier to get stuck instead of just going back to the same chorus over and over. So that was The Trouble with Stars. I guess that was song number 69 on the list. I had kind of a special request here from my friend Daniel for Jesus Loves Me, which I posted on Facebook about, I don't know, maybe it's been a couple weeks now. Pulling up my Google Docs here where I have the lyrics. I should probably have had lyrics up for all these songs, but I just have this Jesus Loves Me one typed up. I rewrote the lyrics to Jesus Loves Me, not all of them, just the verses. Wanting to make it sort of more of, I guess, a version for adults, if you will. Jesus Loves Me, of course, is a beautiful song that most of us probably have learned in our childhood, and it's full of so much truth, but it kind of caters to truths spoken in a way that children can understand and relate to. And as I've gotten older, I don't really think of this song very much because it's a child's song, or at least that's how I think of it. But the fact that Jesus loves me is still a truth that's super important and super meaningful to me, and it's hard to remember sometimes in this adult world, if you will. So I wrote some verses for it that I think are a little, they're definitely darker than the original, but I think they're full of truth, at least as I've perceived it in my life, the way I've experienced the truths of how Jesus loves me, sometimes expressed in ways that I don't recognize as love at the time. And that's what I tried to show in these verses, as ways that I've experienced the love of Jesus, that I look back on it and find out that he was loving me even in times where I thought he wasn't. So yeah, this is Jesus Loves Me. Into places at one time, in the east and west you'd find endless darkness, wicked deeds, sins my God forgave of me. It's occurring to me now that I play this song a lot higher than that. That's pretty low for me. And my arrangement is still so new, I don't have it memorized very well, evidently. So we're going to pretend we just had a very dramatic key change. Though I would be his alone, I've let idols steal his throne. Justly he demands his place and pursues me with swift grace. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. The Bible tells me so. When subjected to the rod, I will not despise my God. Father merciful and just, disciplines the ones he loves. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. The Bible tells me so. This I've cried with quaking chest. Who could love me? I'm a mess. God himself in tattered flesh grants to me his righteousness. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. The Bible tells me so. Pledging self to earthly kings and my heart's own treachery, I make my desires known. Sovereignly he answers no. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. The Bible tells me so. I've no need to fear or stress. Even sparrows can attest. Fields of lilies he adorns. Still he says he loves me more. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. The Bible tells me so. So that's how that goes, roughly. I kind of wrote too many verses, I'm afraid, and I'm trying to figure out which ones are really kind of the linchpins of that arrangement, because it seems like it goes on for quite a long time. And I thought about not repeating that chorus, in between every verse, but each verse intentionally sets up, kind of almost in a question form to be answered with that truth, that yes, Jesus loves me. So it would seem a little weird to not have that kind of call and response between the verses and the chorus. So I don't know exactly how to pare that down. Of course, it's a hymn, so maybe it's okay to have a bunch of verses in it. All right, so I'm going to get back to counting down my top 100 songs that I've written. I can't really count Jesus Loves Me. I don't think I could get away with that very easily. So we're down to song number 68. Counting down 70 to 61 tonight. I'm going to try to, at least. Although I'm wishing I'd prepared, because I'm looking at some of these song titles and I don't even know where to begin. Let's do this one. It's called Your Love Has Never Hurt Me. I wrote it in 2008. I know it'll come back to me. Alright, this is it. Your love has never hurt me. Daniel, I'm seeing, is asking how long I've been singing. I'm assuming, like, in my life. I don't know when to count it. Ever since I was a kid, I guess, in the shower or whatever. And I have always, for the duration of my life, I've always thought that I was a better singer than I actually am. And tried to continue to practice and improve. Recording helps a lot, because sometimes things that you sing sound good in your head. You think you're hitting all the notes, and you think you're... you think your emotion behind it is attractive, and then you listen to it play back to you sometimes, and it's repulsive. So I've tried to learn the things that work and don't work for my voice, and that's been a constant process. So, but I've enjoyed singing since I was real little. I don't know if anyone watching will be familiar with this group called For Him. They were big in the 90s. Four really good, really unique singers, gospel songs, and I grew up listening to them and always tried to sing all the parts and imagine I was one of them. So that's kind of when I started singing. This song, Your Love Has Never Hurt Me, I wrote in 2008. It's actually the second song I wrote after I got to college, which I don't really keep track of songs that way usually. But that was a pretty significant change in my life. So I already shared The Trouble with Stars, which was the first one I wrote that September when I got there, and this was the next one that came to me in that season of life. It's called Your Love Has Never Hurt Me. Caught between the line of hope and desperate fear. I'm longing to rely on love that will stay here. Everyone before has bolted for the door without a wave goodbye. I laugh and then I cry. I'm happy then I'm sad. It captivates my eyes and stabs me in the back. I'm learning to believe that the good in everything was tainted by the bad. Every season ends, every color bleeds, every garden struggles with weeds. I've seen moonlight beams fall into the sea. That's what makes it hard to believe. But your love has never hurt me, no. I'm sad to say my heart was occupied till now by loves that tore apart and left me holding doubt. Forgive me if I seem suspicious of a dream that only ends in joy. I'm tired of losing hope by looking where I've been. I'm tired of taking roads that take me there again. Can you lift me up over any other love that doesn't fall from you? I don't know what chord that is. That doesn't fall from you. Every season ends, every color bleeds, every garden struggles with weeds. I've seen moonlight beams fall into the sea. That's what makes it hard to believe. But your love has never hurt me, no. Trying to keep count here. We started at 70, 69, 68. All right, we're down to number 67. Hi, Aunt Mel. Thanks for tuning in. Trying to pick which song to do next here. I think I know this one pretty well, so I'll play it. I've been kind of struggling. I didn't plan to do this tonight. I know that's a total excuse, but thought it'd be fun just to try to see if I could remember these in front of a live audience. So this one's called Disagree. It's another one I wrote in college. I guess these songs about 61 through 70 in my kind of random ranking here are all seeming to be ones I wrote around 2008 to 2010 probably. Maybe I just group them in my mind even when I tried to rank these songs based on how good they were or how much I liked them. I probably didn't shuffle the deck well enough from a chronological standpoint. If you feel like you're the only one who feels ashamed for giving up as soon as hope seems gone, like you're the only one who cries yourself to sleep, I beg your pardon, but I have to disagree. if you don't feel pretty like the rest, or that the beauty of the heart is only second best, and love's some esoteric mystery, I beg your pardon, but I have to disagree. And I know you feel you've lived your life in chains, from past regrets and losing bets you wish you'd never made, and you're sure that there's no hope to set you free. Well, I beg your pardon, but I have to disagree. You're not sure if there's a God out there, and if there is, well, you're convinced he would not even care. No, 'cause he's so big and you're too small to see. I beg your pardon, but I have to disagree. 'Cause I felt the same once, and I found that he loves me. All right, we're down to song number 66. Long way to go, people. We're not doing all that tonight, though. We're going down to 61 tonight. Hopefully we'll get through all 100 by... I don't even know. I don't know. I was pretty ambitious when I started this countdown. I thought I'd do an episode every week. That was probably back in like February or something. So maybe by the end of whatever the next year is, 2019. Let's see. I think I can do this one called Endless Dreams. And if you follow my music, or if you followed my music when I actually recorded and released stuff, this is a song that appeared on my EP called Dark Room. The album was called Dark Room. The song is called Endless Dreams. And I think I wrote it, I know I wrote it. I think I wrote it, time frame, about 2012, it would have had to be. I remember I wrote the chorus a long time before I wrote the verses. I really liked the chorus, and I couldn't think of any verses that kind of lived up to the chorus. And I finally found something that was good enough. And I can remember the chorus in my head right now, but not the verses, so I'm gonna have to think of it for a second here. Oh man. There it is. Okay. I used to be able to remember these songs like that, and I guess I'm just getting older, so and I should have never said that because I just lost it. I'm gonna sing the chorus and hope that the verses come back. So here's the chorus. Tied my life to an air balloon, cried and cried when the knot came loose. Clumsy are the fingers of a child who is learning. Dark and sad like a cloud of smoke. Up, up, up and away it goes. Fists are full of strings that used to tie down endless dreams. I've been playing host to old and heavy thoughts, entertaining love for what I've lost. And I have always thought it must have been my fault. You know, I picked this one because I was sure I knew it, and I don't. Well, that's the chorus of a song I once wrote and once knew called Endless Dreams. Actually, it's lucky that that's one I forgot, because that's one you can YouTube or iTunes. It's called Endless Dreams. It's from my album Dark Room. And on the recorded version, I get every lyric right, I promise. Well, that, I guess, is song number 66, even though it was half of a song, if that. Now I'm a little nervous because I'm looking at other songs that I'm sure I know. Okay, pretty confident in this one. This one's called If I'm Not Yours, and it was written during probably one of the most severe seasons of doubting my faith, to the point where I was a little scared to write what I was feeling. And this was, I guess I've had a few seasons like this, but I'm thankful for the songs that I wrote in those seasons. And I've found out that God can handle honest questions, and for me, asking honest questions to the Lord through songwriting itself is a process. It kind of marries emotion with intellect for me, and so when I'm struggling with my faith, it's a great way to sort of wrestle the angel, if you will, because it gets the emotion out, and I usually can circle back around to some foundational truth. So the song, the title is a question, it's the crux of what I was feeling. What if I'm not yours? What if I have thought I was a Christian all along and I don't actually belong to the Lord? And that question is raised not just out of random doubts, but out of failure, not living according to God's will, according to his commands, and wondering why it felt so incredibly difficult. And I came to think that maybe the reason it was so hard for me to live a lifestyle that honored the Lord, maybe I wasn't his at all. And I was on the outside looking in and trying to be something that I was not. And that was kind of a fatalistic way to look at it, but that's where I was in this season of life. So it's called If I'm Not Yours. Came here yesterday alone, you might remember me. I was the one who threw the stone, I was your enemy, but I found a door. Today I woke up on your side, recalling promises of how I'd walk under your light, but I don't thirst for it, no, not anymore. I'm begging you to let me go. If I'm not yours, it's only fair that I should know. If I'm not yours, upon the table in the room, I found a loaded gun. I always thought I'd have to choose whether to fight or run, but I might do both. 'Cause if eternity awaits, can I not hasten it? If there are devils I must face, let's get it over with if I'm not yours. I'm begging you to let me go. If I'm not yours, it's only fair that I should know. If I'm not yours, whoa. But what's this longing in my soul? If I'm not yours, fought the arms around me, now I know. Yes, I am yours. Alright, the next song that I play will have to be number 65 in our countdown. I feel like this is taking a while tonight. I don't know if I'll get through 10, but yet I kind of have to because otherwise I'll never get through all of them. So I'm going to do a song called The Risk. I actually received a very generous compliment on this song on Sunday, and that was really cool. This was from someone I didn't knew that I recorded music at all, and he had evidently found it and said that he really liked this song. So I will share it, kind of riding that high. That encouragement goes a long way. So I wrote this one in probably 2010. We had moved to Michigan not long before. 2010 or 11. And originally I called it Alone. And then I thought that wasn't that clever of a title, so I renamed it The Risk, which was kind of excerpted from a lyric towards the end of the song, I think. This one also appears on my album Dark Room, which means that there's a good backup plan if I forget these lyrics. We were an ocean, life was a beach, made for each other, the sand and the sea. But we shared a tragic response to the moon. The waters retreated, exposing our wounds. It takes more than smiles and sun to marry all my fear to all your hope. I'm scared to find you're not the one, but I won't deny what we've become. I wish there were a certain way to know. Am I in love or only scared to be alone? Well, I like the notion, I like the thought, and the terms of endearment with which you respond. But somehow my peace has been stolen away, or maybe I found it in some other place. It costs more than what I've got to calibrate the dream to what is real. I'm scared to find you're not the one, but I can't deny what we've become. I wish there were a certain way to know. Am I in love or only scared to be alone? And if you had the chance to take it back and do it all over again, would you take the risk that we'd become exactly what we are? I'm sad to say you're not the one, but I won't mistake what we've become. I regret it took so long to let you know, and I guess it means I have to let you go. Yeah, I regret it took so long to let you know. I'm not in love, I'm only scared to be alone. Hey Jared, how you doing, man? That's very sweet of you and Amanda. So excited for you guys. I've been keeping up with the pictures. She's lovely. I see that you are shortening Amelia to a nickname that I'm guessing it would be pronounced Mila, but that's going out on a limb. So I think we're down to song number 64, if I'm keeping track right. And I'm kind of getting out of order a little bit because I'm trying to cherry pick songs that I'm more confident that I'll remember. And I run into some little surprises. Like I got to the bridge on that last song and I was like, I don't know if this is going to be right or not. So I'm going to do a song called Don't You Fall. I'm going to have to circle back. Next episode I'll practice. And we'll pick up some of the not as good songs, but they'll be better because I will have rehearsed them. So it'll come out in the wash, I guess. This song I wrote in college, outside in like November. I think this song is probably almost exactly however many years old it is, maybe 8. But I think it was this time of year that I wrote it. It was pretty chilly, and I was pretty sad. So I went outside and I wrote a song, and this is what came of it. Bare your heart, dress your wounds, time will prove them true. You lost your dream, found yourself, hope now beckons you. Don't you fall, don't you fall again. I need you. Risk it all, I'd risk it all again to meet you somewhere in the quiet. Thoughts are far away, clouds are making shapes. Bare your heart, dress your wounds, time will prove them true. Ooh, you lost your dream, but found yourself, hope now beckons you. Don't you fall, don't you fall again. I need you. Risk it all, I'd risk risk it all again to meet you somewhere in the quiet. Thoughts are far away, clouds are making shapes. There's healing proven by these scars, and words will turn to dust. The kiss we disregard, the wound we trust. I think that song's a favorite of one or two people I'm thinking of right now who have expressed that they really like that song. It's number 66 for me. It's my 66th favorite. Or are we on 65 now? I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've done 7 tonight. Oh. Cool. So 3 more. 63, 62, and 61. So that was number 64. Okay. Can I find 3 more that I know well? They all sound familiar when I look at the title. I can hear the tunes, but I'm getting to be the age where my recall is not what it used to be. And if you're wondering, I keep consulting my computer here. It's just a list of the titles. Not all the lyrics and not any of the chords. I could probably do this one. It's called Cities on Paper. I was living by myself in Indianapolis for a stint in 2013, and I don't know what to say about this song. I could say it about pretty much every song. I liked a girl, and I thought that writing songs for girls was kind of that magic ticket. It didn't really work out that way for me. I did get a girl. I married Emily. I don't think it was the music. I think it was just straight up God's grace. In fact, I know it was that. But I wrote, maybe what I did wrong is I wrote really sad songs for girls. Because I usually was writing postmortems, if you will. And this was kind of that. I would like a girl, and then I would get frustrated when that wasn't reciprocated. And then I would like, so there, I wrote you a song, and it's beautiful. And I'm over you, but I would take you back in a heartbeat kind of songs. This is one of those songs. That's where I'm going with this. I was reflecting on a would-have-been relationship that was confusing for a while, and was still friends with this girl. And I remember working on this project. Oh my gosh, I have this here. So I was working on a project where I got like these old world maps. I like maps, especially if they're old-fashioned. They can be current, like accurate to modern day, but I want them to look old. It just kind of like, I don't know why. I just really like it. It puts me in a peaceful place, I guess, and kind of an imaginative place. So I was taking picture frames and cutting pieces of maps and arranging them kind of like this. I don't know if you can see that. There, that's a little better. That's Australia and New Zealand, but they're kind of they've been flip-flopped because it's my map. And I had scissors. So I kind of, yeah, it was a clock. Now it's Delaware, mostly New Jersey. Anyway, that's kind of random that I had those there. I was actually cleaning out some studio decor, and that stuff was old and it was going away, but it's still there. So that leads into this song. The song is called Cities on Paper. And I 100% stole the idea from a book title that I had read, which turns out to be, I think, a really, really famous book called Paper Towns, I think. And I'm pretty sure there's a movie. And if I'm not mistaken, it's by the guy who wrote The Fault in Our Stars. But if that's true, then I'm lucky, and that's all I know. Like, that's all the knowledge I have, except this guy's name is, it might have John in it. Someone will maybe comment and let me know if they're aware. But I liked the idea. I think the cover of the book had like a map. I'm sure it was like a map with like a little whatever you call them, like a thumbtack. And it kind of took me to this place where I wanted to write. So I know I couldn't steal the phrase paper towns, so I turned around and made it cities on paper. And then everything else from there is original. I've never read the book. I don't know what it's about. Cool. It's John somebody. Yeah, cool. I'm going to stop while I'm right. Thanks, Jared. Thanks, Amanda, for confirming. Thanks, Mila. So I wrote this song called Cities on Paper, and so it was a marriage of kind of this project that I was doing where I was rearranging maps to kind of find peace, I guess, in a weird way. It sounds like kind of a weird thing now that I describe it, but I just spent an evening doing it for decor around my apartment, and I was kind of texting this friend throughout who was an interest, but wasn't. It was unclear. Her interest wavered. John Green. That wasn't her name. That's the author's name of the book. John Green. It's been confirmed. Thanks, guys. I think I've seen the movie. I have seen the movie Paper Towns. I saw the movie. I saw that movie. Yeah. I've never read the book, though. And I saw the movie literally years after I wrote the song, so I don't think there's really much overlap. All right, this is Cities on Paper. Uh-oh. I stare at the metropolis in frames on the wall. There are commonwealths and provinces arranged in the hall. It's the world the way I like, the one where I get to decide that you're not so far, you're just 1 inch from my state line. But you don't have to avoid me. I just wanna tell you that I don't wanna die without you on my mind. These cities on paper, I can't even tell you how I wish they were mine without you on my mind. Without you on my mind. Now I creep around in the dark, inside like I'm hiding from bad guys in the yard. I thrive on these crises in my mind. I'd be your walls if only you had the room. But you've become withdrawn as I fight windmills all for you. I almost forgot that lyric. Fighting windmills. It's a Don Quixote reference. But you don't have to avoid me. I just want to tell you that I don't want to die without you on my mind. These cities on paper, I can't even tell you how I wish they were mine without you on my mind. Without you on my mind. So Jared, it's ironic. I was just thinking of how you are listening right now and said some nice things. Literally, I think it's been a week ago now. I was in the car driving with Emily, and I remembered our B-League volleyball championship game. And I remember not just winning it, but before they had the teams line up, and then they did the national anthem, and we all looked at the flag. And I remember the national anthem it was supposed to be just instrumental, and you were having none of it. You sang it, and it was incredible. Like jaw dropped, incredible. And I was telling Emily about that the other day. I was like, my buddy Jared has an awesome voice. So, yeah, what goes around comes around. You're a fantastic singer, a lot more talented of a singer than me. And I thought for a while I should write songs and you should sing them. But unfortunately, our circles only overlapped for like a year there. So, yeah, that's just an anecdote. I've been engaging with people watching today more. I actually have it up. I can see who's on a little bit. I see when they come on. And then it tells me how many people are on, but I can't really tell when people leave. So this might be a little different. Usually I don't even look at that, and I just try to like burn through my whole episode. So I'll try to get to the next song instead of just chatting with friends as they appear, because that's really tempting. This is a good way to catch up. I think I need to play 2 more songs to satisfy my 10. Plus I did that bonus, pretty rough version of Jesus Loves Me, but it's got the new lyrics out there, and you can hear kind of what I did with the tune. It got better as it went. I think I was fumbling through some of the picking parts. I haven't played that for a couple weeks, and I only wrote it like a month ago, so 2 more songs. I have to play this one. I've been playing a lot of them from a similar era, which is like the college era. I don't know why I put that in quotes. I really meant to like bracket it, like put it in a box. It's from college. I've always written stuff that's kind of heartbreaking, or at least heartbroken, in hopes that it would move other people. And a lot of songs I just write for myself because I need to in that season. And this is definitely one of those that I needed just for me. At the time, it was another kind of post-mortem, only this was a real relationship. Not just interest, that I had magnified it in my own mind. Although I'm sure that happened to some degree, but this was a real relationship, and I wrote this song after it ended, which is somewhat rare because sometimes I write things in anticipation. I've written a lot of songs that sound like breakup songs that were not written after a breakup. But this one I think was truly timely for me. It's called The Dawn Will Bring a Sign. It didn't really come true. I think, for the sake of my own memory, I think the last lyric is, but if love means a thing, then I swear we're only waking in the middle of the night, and the dawn will bring a sign. And it didn't work out like I thought. We never got through that dark season together. The relationship was not salvageable, but I can look back certainly in my growth afterwards, and in the things that the Lord taught me through that relationship and after that relationship. And in that sense, the dawn definitely brought a sign, and there was a lot more perspective to be had in the aftermath. So, yeah, I don't necessarily want to say a lot more about the song because it's pretty personal, but I have put a lot of details in the lyrics, so I will share it melodically. I'm afraid I'll meet the memory if I wander with my thoughts, so I'm careful to consider the places I walk. But the sidewalk turns against me, for it leads me by the bench, where your voice lingers still in the place that God used to sit. And I swear there's a God, but his motives are a mystery. Has he given you to me just to take you away? But if love means a thing, then I swear we're only waking in the middle of the night. And the dawn will bring a sign. Took a blanket to the courtyard, where we talked for an hour or 5, and we laughed at the way that it seemed we had really stopped time. You were ticklish on your shoulder from the whiskers on my chin, and I thought I'd have known it if friendship was all that it meant. And I swear there's a God, but his motives are a mystery. Has he given you to me just to take you away? But if love means a thing, then I swear we're only waking in the middle of the night. And the dawn will bring a sign. So don't you lose your faith, even though the skies are gray. Oh my dear, there is a sunrise for us yet. These old doubts you fear tonight will be chastened by the light. Oh my dear, there is a sunrise for us yet. Oh my dear, there is a sunrise for us yet. Forgetting this last verse. I totally forgot there was a last verse. Alright, I got it. That's important. This is an important verse in the song. Well, you asked if you could write me, and I told you I'd love that. And I fashioned a smile to pretend that it wasn't so sad. I said, if you write me first, love, then I swear I'll write you back. And I tried not to cry when you told me you already had. And I swear there's a God, but his motives are a mystery. Has he given you to me just to take you away? But if love means a thing, then I swear we're only waking in the middle of the night. And the dawn will bring a sign. All right, I think we just have one left. Is that a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? Yeah, we've played 9 tonight, plus a bonus. So I'm gonna pick out one farewell song. Really, the one I just played was kind of a farewell song. Let's pick one that's I imagine. Are you guys end on a high note kind of people? I'm not really. I kind of like to just sulk. I end a song like that and I'm kind of ready to just be done. But I feel like I should play one more. Oh, I want to work. Yeah, this is a good song to play as a like on a night where I did a bonus. I think this will be the 11th song I've played. But it's also one that will appear later in the list because I have two versions of it. The lyrics are exactly the same. The chord progression is exactly the same, but the time signature is different. The melody is different. The key is different. So I recorded this song, both versions, with my brother, Sam, and my buddy Brett. We had this band, I guess. We collaborated on a project that we called Broder, which is, I'm not pronouncing that right, but that's how we called it. It's the spelling of it is the German word for brother, so that's where we got that name, because it was me and my brother called ourselves Broder. I'm sure that's not the German pronunciation. And the funny thing is, I know for a fact that when we were releasing those songs, we had people who like followed our band page and who were engaging with our music that spoke German fluently. And they probably could have corrected us for sure. But we never much said it out loud. We just typed it. So anyway, this is an old Broder song. It's called Prelude. The other version is called Postlude. And we bookended the album with these two songs. We opened with Prelude, of course, and closed it with Postlude. And the arrangement of both worked really well for that. I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. Kind of a neat, if corny, little idea to have Prelude and Postlude and kind of the same song, different versions. But the Prelude version's kind of peppy, and the Postlude version's pretty sad. So I'm going to do Prelude for you guys tonight because you've endured some sad songs. And there's a really cool piano part for this song, and I wish I would have thought of that. I maybe would have delayed it till I could practice that. There are recordings out there of this song. I would like to get that album on iTunes. It's not right now. And we did it in 2012, so it's kind of old. It's a little bit cringe-worthy in parts, my singing mostly. But it's fun arrangements for sure, and fun collaboration with Sam and Brett. I'm going to play it as I wrote it, I guess, instead of trying to copy our arrangement. So I wrote it on acoustic guitar. It's called Prelude. It's like 3 verses of a song. It's pretty poetic. It's pretty imagery-laden. Imagery-laden? Yes, it is laden with imagery. And this is a song where the title's not a clue at all for any of the lyrics, so knowing that I'm playing the song Prelude doesn't help me remember the words. Got it. There's a wave rolling in, and I noticed you stop to stare, to shed a tear as the tide sinks away from the cold, cold shore. Sure, I'm sad, but I'm not scared anymore. There's a tree turning shades of our autumn love. October's hue, December's fuel. Bitter cold, we burn the life from the screaming leaves into your cheeks, where fire speaks your heart for you. There's a sun setting low in your bleeding eyes. Frozen lakes and past mistakes melt away in the heat of my warm regards for parlor tricks and pixie pixie sticks brought us this far. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Tune in next time for songs 60 through 51. I'm gonna have to recount. I might have played an extra. We might have to start at 59, but that's good. We want to make progress on this monumental wasteland of songs. Thanks so much for listening. It really gives my writing life, and it makes me feel like these songs aren't useless, which they kind of are if they're not shared. Not completely. A lot of them were therapeutic for me when I wrote them, but it's really a blessing to share them with friends, and even in a raw and kind of intimate way like this. It's not very rehearsed and not the best commercial for my music or for these songs, but I have really enjoyed sharing them with you this way, and you all have been really gracious, and appreciate you hanging out on this Monday night with me. Take care now.